Hăīre, φίλε, and welcome. Today we're going to be taking a look at John chapter 4, verses 51 and 52. But first, last time in the Gospel of John. There we have that. Here is our rubric, everything we look for as we go through the text. Let's get started. Eide de autu kata bainontos hoi duloi, autu hupentesan autoi, legontes hoti hopais autu zei, eputheto un tein horon par auton en hei conceteron esken, e pan un auto hoti ekres horon hebdomen afeken auton he puretos. And there we have that. Our very first word is an adverb showing us time. We've got de as a conjunction, so we're going to leave that alone for the moment. We've got a genitive with that autu and kata bainontos with that omicron sigma and the new tau addition, well, really omicron new tau addition to this verb. We know that this is going to be a participle. Also the genitive form, so genitive singular, but we'll come back to that after we find the main verb. Hoi duloi with our omicron iota right there. We've got our nominative plural masculine. Autu again. Hupentesan. Here we have our verb sigma alpha nu with our eta here. We've got the prepositional prefix. So our augmenting vowel appears right after that with eta, two epsilons mixed together. This sigma confirms for us that this is going to be the aorist stem off of hup on tao, an alpha contract. So then that alpha nu is our ending sigma alpha nu. That's going to be a third plural to fit with our subject, douloi, and aorist, as I said, active and indicative. Hupanteson, especially since it has this preposition prefix, is going to take the dative as its direct object, which we have right here with autoi. So I should probably mark plus dative singular and masculine. And this word means to meet, to, I think, come upon is another option, but meet is what's going to make most sense. And now that we have our main verb, we can go ahead and take a look back at the rest of this. We have our subject. To omicron upsilon is going to be genitive singular masculine, referring to the noble, the chieftain of the previous pages, owning douloi. But then autu kata bainontos with the genitive singular off of the present stem bain, going to be present, genitive singular masculine, present active participle. So with the genitive there and another genitive here, we know that we've got a genitive absolute, which can tell us the circumstances of the time. Since we've got an adverb showing time, I think the genitive absolute of when, translated with when I should say, is the one that we want to go with here. So, and already, when, or maybe we could do circumstantial, while he was coming down. Then we have the main verb right here. So that's what I'm going to write out. And legontes starts something new, so I'll join you again in a moment. All right, within legontes, you've got another present stem right there, omicron nu tau again, but with epsilon sigma as our ending, which we know is going to be the nominative plural. Still off of the present, that's redundant, sorry. Active and indicative participle again. Not indicative, just participle. Good, I didn't write indicative there either. Hoti introducing a subordinate clause. Ho pais, we have nominative, also with pais paidos. Nominative singular masculine. Autu genitive owning pais. And then ze, this is the verb that we saw Jesus use earlier. That's going to be a third singular present. With eta sub iota, a contract of zao. So alpha epsilon iota that will combine into this eta sub iota. And active. So we know that this is a indirect statement since autu there is in the third person, and if they're going to be talking to him, they would be saying, your son lives, so su, not autu. Eputheto epsilon tau omicron there as our ending for third person singular. And this comes from punthanomai, so it's a deponent. But we already have our stem changed here, since we got the theta. But the theta is, no, the theta is not going to tell us this is the aorist passive. Instead, the fact that the verb is deponent should tell us that, but passive in form. Eto, as that. Punthanomai, I don't remember the future, but evidently when it becomes aorist, it's pi upsilon theta, and then augmenting vowel right there. Epsilon, eto as our ending, as I already said, third person singular. Aorist stem, deponent, and indicative. And this word means to inquire or to investigate. I'm not going to use ask because we already have, it's like erotao, which we've used beforehand, and that's used for asking. At least I think it's erotao. That's months ago for all of us. Anyway, he asking, therefore, seen that many times before, and we're going to have here tain, horon, alpha nu, especially with the eta nu, those two linked together are an accusative, singular, feminine. And this is the direct object of eputh, that word that I can't say. Par, prepositional phrase. This one's taking the genitive from auton. N breaks that off. It's going to be masculine, referring back to the douloi. N, prepositional phrase. Aspirated eta with that circumflex we know comes from ho, hey. Hos, hey, ho. There we go. As the sigma is in the masculine form. So we've got a relative pronoun right there. Compsoteron is the wrong form to be part of this prepositional phrase. And we have eskon as another verb, so this is a different clause. I'm going to have to stop before n and write out the translation of this one. Coming back to this, compsoteron, we have omicron nu right there, but more importantly, we have the tau epsilon rho added onto combs, whatever the positive degree of this is, and this is just a comparative, which I think I just said. It's been a long few months. Esken is our verb, epsilon nu for the third person singular. This comes from echo, exo, that is. And then skeso, I think, is one of the aorist forms, but there are two different aorist forms. But we don't have either of those. Instead, what we have is this unusual, and maybe, now I'm second guessing myself. I think this is a imperfect. So normally when we're talking about the physical well-being of somebody, you're going to use the imperfect verb. I was having well, which means I am well. Or I was having sick. It's an ongoing event. However, since this is a demarcation from one state of existence to another state of existence, an aorist might be better. So I think imperfect. What I'm going to do is I'm going to double check and prove myself wrong momentarily. Well, as is always great, I have confirmed that I was right about being wrong. So yeah, this is actually an aorist form. So it's skeso and I don't remember what the first person saying, eska maybe? Eskan? I don't know. It's been a long time since I tried and clearly failed to memorize this verb. So aorist, it is a one-time completed action, a demarcation from having the sickness imperfectively to now aorist compsoteron, which means better, or, well, I'll get to that in a moment. But aorist, active, indicative, in which he has compsoteron betterness, or this is the funny thing. This word means elegance, or what is it? Daintiness. So I suppose that that would be a Attic use of the word, and when we get around to Koine, it's been changed in its use, and now it just means like better from being sick. So I'm going to write down just better, but also more elegantness, just because of how funny it is. Anyway, referring back to horon. Apon, alpha nu, we've seen this stem of the verb before. Really should be skipping it at this point, but we have now the third person plural to go with ho duloi, un, and there, bleh, un, as we saw earlier, autoi as the indirect object of a pen. Hoti is going to be standing in for the direct object, the thing said. With ekthase, we have an adverb of time. Again, this one means yesterday. The shorter form is just kthes, chi, theta, epsilon, sigma, with the epsilon in the front, not always there. And there are variants of other ways to spell it. Moving on, horon, seen beforehand, don't need to parse that. Habdomain, we have eta nu matching our horon, and this just means seventh. So that yesterday, there's no article. And this is going to be an accusative of time, but that's normally accusative of time within which. So within the 7th hour of the day, maybe is what they're talking about. Af aken, epsilon nu, or eta right there, with af, probably afi or apo as the prefix on that, and this is af iemi. So this means to release, to leave. I think this is also a word that's used for forgive. The kappa initially makes a doofus like me want to say perfect. Kappas always mean perfect to me. But no, this is actually the aorist tense. The perfect form for this one is, and I couldn't confirm this exact spelling of it, which means it probably has never been seen before, but at least the stem is correct for, here, perfect right there. Almost identical, except we've got the diphthong rather than eta. Circumflex, kappa. Epsilon nu is what it's expected, but I think we only really have afeka, I have forgiven, I have released, appear in classical literature, at least as far as Perseus was aware. So, hypothetical ending there. Third singular. Auton, accusative, singular masculine, referring then to the son, or really the child. Ho puretos, omicron sigma there for nominative singular, and this is masculine, we know because of the article. And this, of course, we have the pour in there, which means fire, and so this is going to be a fever, a scorching heat, describing his condition. And it's the scorching heat that has left him. There we have that. Let's go ahead and take a look at it in its own context, and then you can be free of me. Already, there should be the other way around. But I already wrote the capital A in there. Oh well. But already, while he is coming down, this is down from Capernaum to where he lives, and Capernaum then must be on a hill, in all likelihood, or he's going north away from Jerusalem, because Jerusalem is always up in the Jewish geographical thought. Anyway, should get back to this. While he is coming down, his servants or slaves met him, saying that his child lives. Horribly malformed there. Therefore he inquired the hour from them in which he has become better, or he's become more elegant. They therefore said to him that yesterday, within 7th hour, the fever released him. All right, well, I hope that wasn't too painful for you. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you have a very good day. Farewell.